What's going on? Welcome back to Tales from the Dark Side. Today we got a show about Ashley Jana, the Instagram influencer, hashtag sugar baby, hashtag soft girl era, soft life era individual who lost her life over there in Tanzania. We're going to play some interesting conversations about her and her lifestyle and talk about the dark side and why the dark side has come to light.
I'll show you the dark side.
And why no one knows how to quite handle it. You guys know we are at the JUCO out here and we promote the monetized dating marketplace because the dating marketplace has been severely monetized. We have pookies crashing out all over the internet. We have men calling for men's heads, talking about trick-ass millionaires. And we also have the ecclesiastical Christians looking to wish death upon people who participate in this particular lifestyle. But people have to be confronted with the realities of what's going on out here. The dark side is here. A lot of people have been embracing it. It's out here. It is overt. It is no longer covert. And what's happening is people's lives are being severely affected by it, even to the case of murder. In this situation, Ashley Jana has lost her life, unfortunately, related to this. And it's caused quite a kerfuffle between black men and black women, unfortunately, which I'm not a part of. I really could care less about people who interracially date, but we have people who are really offended about the divester movement, which means, in effect, women looking to cater to the majority or the men who particularly have more money. And unfortunately, in America, that tends to be white men. And this is typically black men who are tired of dating pookies, or black men who are not serious about life, maybe economically or relationship seriously. So these particular groups of women try to pursue relationships with white men. And unfortunately, in this case, people assume that the white man in this case killed Ashley Jana. And thus, this is an opportunity for them to shit on Ashley Jana and say that your divester pursuit ended in your death. But I think it's a little bit bigger and grander than that. And I don't think really people want to talk about it the way I'm going to talk about it today. Okay, so Tales from the Dark Side is here. Do me a favor, hit the like button. This is going to be a great show. We also have a video of a guy who lost $1.6 million to a woman in, I believe, Korea.
What kind of fuck you give me?
A woman in Korea milked this guy for his retirement. The man is 76 years old. And this is another dark side issue that we do have to face as men, particularly when we age. You know, if you're lonely, if you're a sucker for love, niggy, you can easily be finessed and swayed from your money. Now, interesting enough, I'm going to play that video before we get into the Ashley Jana, so you can hear some of the information that's being dropped about her all over the internet. Some of it rumor, innuendo, gossip, speculation. Of course, we don't have the whole story, and I don't think we ever will. But we're going to play that because you're going to see the dynamics of how people's lust or their desire to be loved or their desire to be taken care of can get them taken advantage of. And so if you're on the dark side, we want you to be strengthened here. We want you to understand that even though you're leading with leverage and options, you still can get played and finesse over here if your heart's too much into it. Okay, so on the dark side, we try to tell you the benefits of being on the dark side is you do not have to be emotionally attached to get what you want. But if you choose emotional attachment, which many people do, and there's nothing wrong with that, please understand this is not the place for you to play that game. You probably want to stay on the side of the sun and the light. And even over there, it's not a game to be played because it's lethal. Okay. And I do have a video of some young ladies claiming that they have a massive amount of men that they're dealing with, aka a rotation. As you guys know, men are the new women and women are the new men. So when you're messing with women, and you're hoping to find a loving girlfriend or wife, you have to understand that these women have rosters when you meet them. Right? These women have rosters of men, some messing with multiple men, even though they're smiling in your face and doing the most despicable things, even on the regular marketplace, they're out here. You're not the only one they're dealing with. There's a 99% chance you're not the only one they're dealing with or talking to. So it gets brutal over here. But what we want you to do is get to the best position that can suit you. But if you want to contribute to today's show, we're just going to chill for about an hour and a half, let you guys get your Friday on, and then we're going to get up out of here. And I might have a story about Tales from the Dark Side, even from my personal side. All right, Tales from the Dark Side. So if you do want to contribute to today's show, you know how to do it. It is $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal, paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that should be at some particular point in the description box on this channel, the Ask Coach Greg Adams channel. And you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat on the Ask Coach Greg Adams channel. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. I want to see if there's any contributors to today's show before we get going. And then we'll get going with the first video is going to be the rotation video. That's what we're going to do. So we'll get in there. I think we had some cash apps. And it is the dictator says, when you make it out, stay out. Ice Spice got jumped. The community ain't playing. Get out of the community, gentlemen. The community ain't playing. Ice Spice literally got paws put all over her. And simply because I don't even know why you would be a celebrity, because I'm a celebrity. And I would not be lying and waiting in McDonald's, letting people run up on me. Actually met a young man at McDonald's. He was a former college student, and he recognized me in McDonald's. So if you're that celebrity and you're that recognizable, why are you sitting up in McDonald's eating? You got a car? Take it back to the hotel. All right, sitting up in there eating. And she was up in there eating by herself. All right, there's not many people eating in McDonald's, and a woman came up and put paws all over her. And Ice Spice did stand up for herself. And you know how women were fighting, hitting with the windmill. All right, scram. So shout out to Ice Spice. But, you know, people don't respect you. They don't respect your privacy, your need to be alone, not bothered. And once you're in public, unfortunately, when you're a celebrity, you definitely are required to be on 100% of the time. So you could have took your McDonald's somewhere else and it would have been all right. But you sat up there 20 or 30 minutes ready to get the PNB rock treatment. All right. He was ready to get that PNB rock. All right. Anyway, let me play this video. This is an Instagram video of a man interviewing some women drunken outside of a nightclub in Miami. Okay, but you guys know most of these women are tourists. They're not from Miami, but that's neither here nor there. We have this video of what's the most guys you ever had on your roster. What's the most guys you've ever had on your roster? Welcome to the dark side.
What's the most guys you've had on your roster at one time before?
Probably like 7. Not too much. Not
7?
too much. Yeah.
Okay, like I fucked one nigga, then like 2-3 hours later, I went to go see the next nigga. That's not bad.
Okay.
It was my
and what, did you fuck him too as well?
No, he just ate the coochie though.
Guess what? You gotta keep you something in the cut. So I would say about 10.
30 plus.
You said 30 plus? What were their roles? The guys, give me some of their roles.
They all pay for my nails, my hair, my makeup, you know.
Got a nigga who gonna do something for the children. I got a food nigga. I got a money nigga. It just varies.
What were their roles, the 7 guys?
They were just all chocolate.
When you say chocolate, what do you mean by that? What does chocolate mean?
Black guys.
Oh!
All right, so there's Dr. Umar. All right, shout out to this guy right here. He has a full video on YouTube. I thought I was actually going to look it up here, but we don't have a lot of time to go into it. But guys, I'm telling you, man. All right, and they don't have to be that very much attractive. I mean, if you take a look at this woman, I mean, I'm not going to judge her because, you know, this is the YouTube broadcast, but take a look. I mean, if she didn't have blonde hair, it would be a wrap, but there it is right there. I mean, but she said she has 7, and 7 black guys. All right. And she doesn't look like completely like a mud shark. She's getting there. But 7 black guys getting that treatment out there. You ain't the only one. Detach your ego, gentlemen. Detach your ego. I know you're squeezing her lungs and she's moaning and groaning and you think you doing something. You ain't doing something that nobody else ain't doing. All right. So you think you're the only one doing it and you taking pride, and she'll make you feel like you're the only one. They do a good job. And that's why I try to convince men, you should do the same. Like kind of take a page from their playbook. Make them feel like they're the only one. All right. You don't have to mistreat them. You don't have to tell them you got huz. Okay. They don't tell you they got huz. So they go about making you believe. And then when they're busy and they can't be reached, I got to study. I got something going on. You know, I got to wash my hair. I got an event coming up. My family's coming out this weekend. I got to do, you know what time it is, bro. It's they're going to come up with that. So that's part of the dark side. And we accept that. And a lot of guys' egos can't handle that. Coach, man, you out here following up another guy and another guy's following you. All right. Same thing's happening to you, son. Same thing happens to you. Trust me. And if you look at the other young ladies in the video, that's not a lot. 7's not a lot. She said, that's not too much. And he's like, 7? Really?
Oh, the humanity.
7. All right. And even this one right here. I mean, take a look. She the one out here talking about, yeah, I had one dude and 2 hours later went over to another dude's house. Take a look, gentlemen. All right. Take a look. There's some nasty boys out here. I mean, wowzers. And the dude thought he was getting it for free. You getting some syphilis for free. So if it's free, trust me, it's being dished out to multiple men. They're not keeping it to one man. It's hard for that to happen. So dating apps and all of these things allowed this to happen. But she said the other dude went down there and ate out the cream pie. Okay. It is what it is, brothers. Hey, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. And y'all think the easy ones are ugly. Ain't nobody checking for them. Oh, yes, they are, bro. And they laughing and sniggling at you, bro. It is all bad. And take a look. I mean, look at what you got. She talking about she gotta pay for the nails, pay for the hair. I think that was her. Maybe that was the other one. Pay for the cheering. Pay for the cheering. I know y'all think y'all can slap these girls down and then think that you're the only one reaching that bottom. This the one said 30 plus. I mean, she's the best looking one out of all of them, but still 30 plus. Just so anyway. Yep, pay for the nails. Here it is. What's their role? Pay for the nails. Pay for the nails. Sugar daddy. Hair, makeup. Esthetician, facial, vagina waxing, everything.
Hair, makeup, esthetician, facials, vagina waxing, everything. That is all independent.
Do y'all have the stomach, gentlemen? Y'all ain't got the stomach.
Do you have the stomach?
You ain't got the stomach. She got the stomach, but y'all ain't got the stomach. And she looks young, too. This is somebody's daughter. I guarantee you she's not over 25 years old. All right, looking at her baby face. She has a nice little baby face. She's somewhere between 18 and 25. But y'all think these women out here are waiting for marriage. They're out here working and being. I'm out here. Y'all can barely see it. I'm out here working and going to school. And yeah, no, they're not. I mean, they are doing that. They are doing that. But in addition, guess what they're also doing? Keeping a roster. All right. These are your future wives. All right. So anyway. Yep. Twiddling their thumbs, looking up recipes for chicken noodle soup, reading books. Joining the Book of the Month Club. They'll do all of those things too. They can micromanage it. But they also coming up short on rent. They coming up short on rent. And the brother be coming up here. They be coming up here. Hey, daddy.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
Come out here. And then definitely got a guy that'll smack her down and give her 350, 300, 250, 100, 150. Okay. Can you send me something for the Cash App? Indeed. And you'd be like, nah. And a lot of guys will believe that women like that won't have a guy that's financing. Oh, yes, he does. Yeah, they do. You don't have to be highly attractive to become the dark side. All right. Especially if you super duper nasty. One thing about the dark side, press 1 in the chat if you are not. Let me do this. Press 1 in the chat if you are not on locals. Not. We almost got 500 people in here. you're not on locals, just so I know who I'm having a conversation with. You're out here, you're a rookie, you don't know what time it is. You've heard me mention locals about 1 million times. You never joined. Press 1 if you are not on locals, just so I can know what we got going on here. You're not on locals. You've never seen a locals live stream. You don't know what I'm talking about here. You're on the freebie program on YouTube, just so I know who I'm dealing with. All right. So that's a significant amount of people here. I would say, not a lot of people are putting the ones in. Somebody wants me to send them the link. So you're not on locals. All right. If you're part of locals, press 5 in the chat. All right. If you are a locals member and you watch the locals live stream at least once, go ahead and put your 5s in the chat. Okay. So we got some 5s in here. So it's a mixed audience. I don't want to give away the game. But we talk about the dark side, the junior college, the monetized dating marketplace. So we got mixed group here. Shout out to you guys here. We do have a lot of fun on Sunday's live stream. But what we do is you can join over there, make a free account, and you can join conversation with the Coach Gang members. You can post stories. Some of these stories I do feature on the live stream. So you are kind of an active participant in providing content for me on the free version of it. If you want to be a supporter over on locals and watch the live streams every Sunday morning, then you can be a part of how we dissect the monetized dating marketplace. So it's an active webinar on how to dissect it. And it's just an informative webinar. Sometimes people don't even participate in the marketplace. Some people are introduced to it. Some people are veterans. Some people are veterans of the marketplace and they can give you some insight. And some people are just getting started. So what we do is we teach you how it works. We show you some of the websites, we rank them, and we've been doing this for a better part of 3 years. All right, the better part of 3 years. So it's something we've been doing for a long time, introducing it and then helping people walk through it and showing how to vet, the Bruce Wayne method, what to look out for, how to keep your emotions from getting tied into it, making sure your budget is right, getting your money right. But here's what I'm going to tell the people who press 1. The people who press 1. One thing that if you don't understand what's going on, which is a lot of people don't know what's going on in this world out here. They're completely oblivious. Some people are in denial. But what they believe is that it's only for young, highly attractive women. Okay. Only young, highly attractive women are over there. That's going to be a common misconception, and that's going to throw you off. Or only women that do it. These are just women who do it, and they only do that. They're not regular jobs. They just do this full time between working on a corner, working and walking carpets in hotels, and they do this. No, these are your next door neighbors. These are regular women. Some are ugly mud ducks. All right, some are slump busters. They come in all shapes and sizes, races and colors, religions, creeds, and all of that. They go up all the way to 40 and 50 years old, all the way down to 18, and sometimes even younger, unfortunately. They go from all areas of the world. These are your future wives. These are women that look regular. They work at regular jobs. I talk to women on the dark side and dealt with them. Some work at Walmart. Some are lawyers and doctors. Okay. And what people believe, there's a common misconception of, okay, these are full-time workers and this is what they do. Nah, there's some baby mamas out here. Some of these women have children. Right? They have children and they be like, I just got to run over here between my kids are being watched by a babysitter. I got to run over here, deal with this and run back to my kids. And that's where the misconception is. Now, the reason why that's important, it is because this highly affects the regular dating marketplace. You might think that they're not doing this part of the spectrum, but the regular dating marketplace gets highly affected from both men and women. So for women who may be supporting women who do this, they are also undercutting these women. So So we call them normies. So a normie woman knows her friend is doing this, but the normie woman wants a boyfriend or a husband. Well, it's going to be harder for her to get that because her friend undercuts her. Because the boyfriend or potential boyfriend or future husband probably going to see the friend first before they go and make a relationship with this woman. So her friend, who is on the monetized dating marketplace on the dark side, like Ashley Jana, she undercuts every possible other woman who wants a man that's highly established, rich, wealthy, makes six figures and all of that. Okay. So she has to wait on the sideline, or let's just say she finds a man like that. Well, her friend potentially can undercut her as well because she's providing the service. And that's part of the deal. So women are affected. How are men affected? Well, if you're ignorant with it, if you're ignorant about it, you'll never know. So you'll never know if your future wife or your wife did it or is currently doing it or not. We have a story of a surgeon who married a beauty pageant woman and found out his wife was on the dark side the entire marriage. She still was seeing clients that she had before they married, but he put her up in a house. He thought she was a housewife, and she was out there doing what she was doing still. What she was doing before she was married. She was still getting that money, making six figures on the side. He had no clue because he was ignorant. Oh, my wife wouldn't do anything like that. She's at home and I married her and I make $500K a year. I put her up. That's all she needs. Well, as Sugar Free said, a woman gonna always double dip, especially if she's already been integrated into that life. So young women are starting to do this life. They also will get a boyfriend, but they're not going to stop doing the life. Because as one woman said, that I showed you in a movie, hoe is for life. Remember I showed you that? It was a documentary about pimping and hoeing. And that one white woman said, hoe for life. Hoe is hoeing for life. You don't get out of hoeing. So So even if she gets cuffed up and wiped up, they hoeing for life. Hoe is life. All right. I wish I could find that clip fast, but yeah, hoe is life. And there's no exit off of Highway 304 is what we came up with. There's no exit ramp off of Highway 304. You can still get married. A man can jump on the highway and get him a wife, but there's no exit ramp for her. So as a guy, you might not know and you might not think. You might look at this and go, Coach, man, there can't be this woman. Who would pay her? Brothers, you would be shocked and mortified that, yes, she can do a little strange. She can do a little. She give a little strange for some change. She can do a little something strange for some change. Some dudes are nasty. Some dudes are debaucherous. She could be super duper nasty. And that's just the open marketplace. It is what it is. It is what it is out here. But guys that are press one, you might not understand that. And that's what makes dating weird, because when these people enter the regular dating marketplace, you don't think they're on the regular dating marketplace. For instance, sometimes I'm on the regular dating marketplace, but I'm on the dark side. Now think about that. Now hearing me say that, you would say that's obvious. Okay, but most men wouldn't think it's obvious when you apply the same logic to a woman. Right? You would be like, that can't be, because if she's doing that, then she would do that. You would think she's one-dimensional. But I normally date. Now it's not often because I think it's a waste of time mostly. But every now and then a normie dating opportunity might come up and I'll just handle it. So if I normie date and then I see this woman tonight on a Thursday or today on a Friday and I take her out on a regular normal date like you guys try to do and fail, take her out on a date, then Saturday night I can be with my girl next door, Dora the Explorer. Just like that. Nobody would know. The normal day girl don't know. Dora the Explorer don't know. And then on Sunday, I'm out here going, so it's just as easy as that. Same thing as a woman. She could see me on Friday and see your goofy ass on Saturday. You taking her out to Applebee's, trying to regular date her, and she's sitting in front of you. Hi, yes, I'm this and that. Okay, so it happens. So that's a tough thing to deal with. It's a tough pill to swallow. Let's get into this we're going to get into Ashley Jana here, but let's show you this video. And this is the video of a man here. And the reason I'm going to show this video is because once we show the Ashley Jana, we're going to see how people draw a conclusion about what happens to people when they go on the dark side or when they attempt to fall in love with people who are strangers over the internet in pursuit of whatever it is. So let me go ahead and take the captions off here, closed captioning. Okay, want to change your caption settings or dismiss. We're going to play this video. I'm going to share the screen. And then this is a guy. It says 76-year-old man loses $1.6 million savings to an AI investment scam. Okay, here we go.
Ron Williams never imagined he'd have to tell his son he lost everything he'd saved up to someone he never met.
At first, I was devastated and I felt stupid.
The 76-year-old retired insurance agent from Brooklyn says it started with a random text message from someone calling herself Jenny that turned into friendly banter, with Jenny sending this video and saying she was 33, Christian, and living in Boston.
What kind of fuck you give me?
Yeah. So he got.
What kind of fuck you give me?
He got. So I get it, man. Look at that long-legged ling right there. I tell you.
American people ain't kind of fuck.
All right, look at that long-legged ling. You 76 years old. You 76 years old and you fall for that long-legged 30-something-year-old. You 76, you like, Lord have mercy. I gotta have it. She looked like she want to get dominated.
I like to get dominated.
He got. So yeah, man. Hey, you got to see what's up here.
It was easy communication. It felt very comfortable.
Jenny soon told Williams she was making a fortune investing and asked him to join her. Within about 6 months, he'd invested $1.6 million. He could see his money growing on the platform. But Williams' son had suspicions.
Part of what's hard is from the very first moment he tells me about Jenny, and he's like, you ever get one of these messages? Yeah, all the time.
All right, somebody said this happened to my 71-year-old dad. Damn, man. Hey, you got to watch out here. So this is the dark side. And look at the son. Yep, lost all his money. Look at the son. He's like, bruh, what?
What the hell? Oh, my God. No way.
That's he depended on that money when he was going to die.
And they're all fake. We had the suspicion, but not the evidence.
Until he did a reverse image search on Jenny and found several social media accounts using what appear to be the same videos.
Did you ever ask to meet her in person?
Several times.
There was always an excuse to not meet in person.
Right.
Months into the relationship, Jenny told him she lent him $110,000 for a big investment opportunity.
Wow.
When he tried to pay her back, the wire transfer to China was blocked. So Williams agreed to meet a runner in his home and handed him a bag with $110,000 in cash.
Wow. One thing that you have to understand is, especially when it comes to between the Asian cultures, the Chinese are like Nigerians. All right, they are big time scammers, big time scammers. Now, we don't know if these people were Chinese. Jenny looks Chinese. All right, but the Chinese people are big time scammers. So you out here trying to send money electronically and then you hand cash over to a runner. It is, I mean, men get lonely out here.
You big dummy.
Men get lonely. The dark side can catch these guys. I mean, all of this is horny lust. All of this is horny lust. The only reason he's doing that is because that woman appears to be because she's AI, a beautiful ling. And lings do look very passive. They look like they're harmless. They look harmless. Okay.
I didn't know. My God, like what a terrifying idea.
At this point, do you think Jenny is even a real person?
At this point, I'm wondering. But
okay, he said, this point, I'm wondering. You already know, fam. And you don't want to, you're trying to deny it. He's in denial. At this point, I'm wondering. No, you know.
Gotcha, bitch.
See, here's the thing, man. Even when you get played over here, you're going to still be in denial. And sometimes you don't want to admit it. You want to save face. You know, she's fake. Okay, here we go.
But I'm so deeply in terms of money that I'm praying that it is true.
And when Williams wanted to take out his money, some $4 million, Jenae said he'd have to send more money to cover the taxes.
What?
That's when alarm bells started going off.
Jesus.
Williams' son then made his own AI-generated video of Jenae to show him just how easy it is.
I felt this incredible connection.
Williams accepted he'd been scammed and reported it to police and the FBI.
This is not the work of some super coder. This took me 3 minutes.
Wow.
On a site that didn't even charge me money to do it, and that's super scary.
NBC News reached out to Jenae, but she never responded.
She reached out to Jenae, but never responded. I wonder why. Also, when you're dealing with women that from that side, this is definitely Far East Asia. Far East Asia. This is not Southeast Asia. So Far East Asia women typically use this filter. I dated Far East Asian women. I mean, they didn't scam me, meaning that I dated them right in front of me. Like I just posted a video of a Korean woman that I had, right? She was with me. All right. I met her in Korea and then she came to Las Vegas. She was in front of me. When they take photographs, they almost all look like this. That's the difficulty because they use a specific filter. All right. So they're going to always look like this. And so it's hard to even know if you're talking to a real one from Far East Asia, because all of them use this filter. It's almost then when you see them in person, they don't look nothing like the filter. So then it's hard for you to distinguish if it's AI, fake, or real. Because I've met women that look like this on their pictures, and I met them. I'm like, oh, wow. So she was real. But since that's the case, I know it could be possible that could be a real person. But unfortunately, we know this is fake. So you got to keep your guard up.
We have not verified whether the person seen in the videos is real or AI generated.
Things that we would tell our
NYPD financial crimes detective Daniel Alessandrino.
Somebody said I got scammed. When did you hear that? I got scammed. Unbelievable. When did I say I got scammed? Right. I don't know what you men hear. All right. I never said that, but that's you.
Says AI is supercharging these scams.
Now with AI, they're giving you realistic videos and it looks like you're really talking to the person.
He says never invest or send money to someone you haven't met and report these scams right away to give investigators a chance to recover stolen money. And he says in some cases, the scammers themselves are victims.
They're victims of human trafficking, where they have these compounds and they lure people on job opportunities. They torture them unless they provide by doing these cons.
There was no way out.
22-year-old Arnold from Uganda connected with us through Amazon.
All right, we're going to stop right here. So this is a guy from Uganda. He's going to say he worked at one of these camps. He was pretty much a prisoner in there. All right. So he's saying he was forced to do this. But if you notice, one of the locations that they feature was a place that I was just at, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Phnom Penh, Cambodia is where one of these camps are. Let me see if I can rewind it a little bit.
Says in some cases, this.
All right. Phnom Penh, Cambodia, one of these places, these camps. There it is right there. And if you go to Cambodia, yeah, it's pretty much like that. Right. It's like nothing around, and then you'll see some buildings and then nothing around. So these are scam camps, I suppose that would call them. And then, of course, they do have Africans that they bring in there and force to work, if you will. So watch out for these things, man. It can happen. Now, here's the funny thing about it. All right. And I just posted this video onto my Instagram of a South Korean woman that I was with. And if you look at it, I wish I could show you, this is the type of woman that I'm not going to show you her face, but that's a same type of woman right here. South Korean woman, same skin color. But if you see her pictures versus you seeing her, she looks like Jenae on her pictures. All right. But she still was attractive. But when you take pictures of her, like when I was out with her and I would take pictures of her, she would hand me her phone and then she would not use the regular photo app. She had a filter app that when you take the picture, it makes her look like Jenae. Like you're like, oh, wow. And the picture, the photo app is really slow. It burns up the battery. But when you take the picture, it's like renders. It's like having a flash on it. But it renders back that filter picture so they don't have to post process it. But when the picture comes out, it'll look just like Jenny's picture. Like dead on. Dead on. And you'll be like, oh, wow. Wait a minute. That's the wrong thing. Wrong thing to share right here. It'll look like Jenny. So they'll almost all look like that, depending on, it doesn't matter. So anyway, indeed, it's an amazing thing, man. When you get on the dark side, when you see what women do just in their regular lives, you just like flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. All right. You're like, golly, they go above and beyond. Now, here's a question, because we're going to get into the Ashley Jana. When we talked about that gentleman at 76 years old getting scammed out of millions of dollars, do anyone feel bad? Does anyone feel bad for the guy? Because a lot of people said he's dumb, he should have known, sucker for love, and so forth and so on. Does anybody feel bad for that man? That's the question. Okay. The answers are mostly no. All right. So mostly no, because he should have known, right? Especially at 76. He should have known. We don't know why he got snookered, but he should have known. Why are you meeting somebody $110,000 meeting a guy in the middle of the street? Right? Who was the dude running a scam? Here, meet this runner, not me. That should have been the dead giveaway. Did he send an additional $4 million? Nobody feels bad, right? Now, that's the crux of the problem in the Ashley Jana case. I'm glad you guys said no. Because in the Ashley Jana case, she is exactly the same as this old man. Same story. Greed, lust, desire to be loved, and romance. Ashley Jana, same thing. The dark side takes no prisoners. So Ashley Jana was doing the exact same thing on the opposite side. She was just pursuing the man, and the man scammed her. I get it. She lost her life. The guy lost $1.6 million. It's a little better than losing your life, but he lost his life savings. But when you talk about the risk associated with playing this game of getting bigger, stronger, better, faster, when you're trying to monetize date, when you're trying to play other people for whatever their resources are. Ashley Janae's playing that white man. The white man is suspected of deleting her, but she was playing a dangerous game too, because the dark side is dangerous. Okay. The dark side is not to be played with. When we tell people to come on the dark side, we tell you, you better have your guard up. You better vet, protect. Don't just go out here and throw money around and think these women are going to just be like, I'll do anything for you for $50. Some of these women will kill. They'll poison you. They'll discard you and dismiss you. They'll turn you over to other men so they can dismember your body and take your liver. You understand that that's part of the game. Yes, you got money. You're a big old juicy fat high value target to them. Sometimes they'll deal with the just being around you and going on trips and vacations and going to dinner and restaurants. Most of the time that's going to be the case, but it only takes one case for you to come up missing. If you let your guard down and don't think that these people will have runners come up in there and play you. So that's the danger of it. And a lot of people don't want to assume this danger. You look at the danger of that 76-year-old man that lost his millions. Then you look at Ashley Jana. I look at them both the same. Both of them were playing a game of trying to get to the top, get what they wanted. And then they also thought that they couldn't get played in the end. Ashley Jana was playing that white man. She didn't love him. She didn't love him. Let's be honest. She had no love for that man. But she sat up there and for the cameras and Instagram, act like she was in love with him and take the proposal, right? We know this, right? Y'all don't want to hear this shit, but it's the real. And now we're like, oh, she just wanted to be loved. She just went over there to get married and so forth. No, she didn't. She went over there to get that man's money for the rest of her life or divorce him and get his money. Let's be real. Nobody ever deserves to lose their life, but that's the game she was playing. And there's consequences to this game. There's consequences to the dark side. And sometimes the dark side will come to light. So let's talk about it, man. Let's get into it. For people who don't know, this is Ashley Jana. Her name is Ashley Robinson, as I knew her Jenae was not a real name. That was a character name. This is her Instagram, 150,000 followers. When I checked her followers, when the story first broke, it was at 70,000. So she's doubled her followers just immediately like that, just based on this story here. All right, now, this is Ashley Jana. As we can see, she's appears to be 31 years old, celebrating her birthday with her sugar daddy, which they call her boyfriend or fiance. It was a sugar daddy. It was a sugar daddy, and people don't want to say that because she's a victim of this situation here. They don't want to say she was on the dark side, but if you do your research, she was a video vixen model. If you do your research, she was a video vixen model prior to or while dating this guy. They had an on and off relationship, which I'm going to disclose here because this is a new stream. Not only that, he was on the dark side in Tanzania. We're going to have to talk about it. And this is one of the reasons possibly why they were fighting. There she is here. We're going to go through kind of all the pictures, I suppose. All right, there she is there. Very attractive young lady, tightly packed. She got a tattoo there. Let's say if she would have successfully married this guy, everybody would have said, girl, you came up, right? You came up. You got you one. You caught you one. There she is, drinking up all the drinks, taking up all the flights, 5-star restaurants, living the dream, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't find nothing wrong with that. But you do have to understand consequences and repercussions. So she's showing the lifestyle. This is a flight on Emirates, first class, more than likely. Look, she's showing her lifestyle, brah. So this is where I say it's hard to be a victim when you were getting the benefits and showing it, right? Hard to play the victim. Yep, Emirates. That's what I thought. All right, that's the Emirates flight. If you know, you know. These are the benefits. We got the bed of roses. Happy birthday. We got wild animals in their area there. She's feeding. She's having a good time. Having a good time. Having a party. Beautiful woman. Thick. And she actually is, look at this. She actually is the ideal body type. I mean, I know y'all got like fat girls. This woman is the ideal body type for a black woman, for especially that is going to come out here and get her a white man. She's not too thick, but she's thick enough. Her stomach to waist ratio is very good. It's not fat, food pop, but she probably could blow up. She definitely got a good bust line. All right. Great skin tone. Her legs are thick, but not fat. So she can cross over. She can cross over into white men. Now, most of these other black chicks y'all be dealing with, they can't cross over. All right. Maybe as a bed wench only, but she got booty, but not too much booty. It's not a ghetto booty, but she got enough. And also she has good wig, but it's not a strag wig. She does have the tattoos, but they do look what we call she does have the tattoos, but I would call them they're damn, what's the word? They're not visible. They're not too visible. They're easily able to hide. She can put them away, although they're somewhat on her collarbone and her chest, but they're discreet. Yeah, thank you. They're discreet tattoos, and they somewhat are kind of blended into her skin, so you can't really just see. You can't just jump out and see it, but they're pretty discreet tattoos, so that if she was going somewhere elegant, she can hide it. She don't have a big back tattoo. She don't have a tattoo on her arm sleeve. She don't got a big tattoo on her thigh. So this is the type of black woman, if you will, that can cross over into different territory. She can go over there and date Middle Eastern men and white men. All right. She know how to grease them legs up too. Or she did know how to grease them legs up. And also, I want to add, the other thing is she doesn't appear loud or ghetto. Right? Okay, she don't appear loud or ghetto. She definitely appears very AI. You never seen her talking. All right, so she could be AI as far as I'm concerned. You don't see her running her mouth. You don't see her talking shit. You see what I mean? This guy, now this is interesting. This guy apparently knows her. Because if you know, this guy is actually an Instagram pimp. He's an OnlyFans pimp. So he commented happy birthday a week ago, and then 4 days ago, he said, bro, no way. He's actually an OnlyFans pimp. Let me go ahead and show that. So he apparently knew her or knew of her. He is an OnlyFans pimp. Let me see right here. This is him. He actually has several women that he runs their OnlyFans stuff. You see this real quick? So if he knew her, what did he know of her? Was she in the life? I'm pretty sure they probably digging to see if she got OnlyFans. She definitely probably got a sugar daddy app. I'm pretty sure she on the sugar daddy site. Just give it some time. So this is the guy right here that was commenting on her pictures. And he commented as if he knew her. Somebody said Joe Budden had her at his birthday party. See? I'm telling you, she on the dark side, bruh. She is on the dark side. It's kind of like, I don't know if you remember, there was a young lady in Houston, and she got deleted by a Mexican guy in her apartment, and then her dad found the guy and chased him off and beat him up. Remember when that happened? And I was like, that was a sugar baby. And people was like, nah. And I was like, yeah, she was working. Because a lot of rappers started going to, Mercedes. A lot of rappers started saying, oh, man, nah. Boosie, a lot of rappers started coming up. All the who's who of Houston started coming out like, no, not Mercedes. Oh, I was like, she was selling. She was on the dark side. If all these rappers know her, she probably was stripper or escort or in the dark side in that area. This is the same thing as this. And I'm just looking at it now. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. It's just undeniable. And the reality is the guy was on the dark side too. Now, this is what people won't discuss. They won't discuss this. It's hard for them. What they're doing is treating this like a normal relationship, like it's a normie relationship. This has nothing to do with a normal relationship at all. Unfortunately, it ended bad, just like that $1.6 million loss. Unfortunately, it ended bad, but this is not a normal relationship. This is not a woman that wanted to get married to the love of her life and went over there and met her a rich guy and leveled up. And then she ended up finding out he cheated. This is literally a monetized dating marketplace. She pursued this. And unfortunately, this is the result. It can happen over there. Just like a man can lose $1.6 million, just like a man could go to Colombia and get scoped. Well, when men go to Colombia and get scoped looking for their traditional wife, do people feel sorry for him? Nope. Unfortunately, they don't. She does still have some arm tattoos here. But unfortunately, when men get scoped looking for their traditional wives in Colombia, nobody cares. When a woman finesses a guy out of his real estate in the Philippines, nobody cares. When a man loses his life over in Thailand, nobody cares. Okay. But they seem to care about this, but they're not going to acknowledge the fact that it's the same thing. Yep. It's the same thing. This is hard conversation. Hard conversation. No one's going to talk about this part because a lot of people don't know. They don't know how to handle it, because then I would have to say this woman was monetized. She was a sugar baby. She was in the industry. Video vixen. She was known to be around celebrities, male celebrities, doing what? What are they doing? She was just at the party? No. And anybody that says, so what? You're going to have to say, so what, to all the men in Colombia that lose their lives. But we simply don't do this. You always have to say, you almost have to even say, so what? Okay. So what when Kevin Samuels lost his life when that Latina girl was in the room? But no, when that Latina girl was in the room and he then had a heart attack and the woman called up in the CPR, guess what? They laughed at Kevin Samuels. They said, that's what he gets. So, but it was the same thing. It was on the dark side. That woman was not a girlfriend. That woman was on the dark side. Kevin Samuels was getting him a 1099 girl on the dark side. It is what it is. But they laughed at Kevin. Look, that's what he get. He was out here trying to keep up with that young girl and this heart. You see what I'm saying? So if that's the case, you would actually have to apply the same logic here. Nobody deserves to lose their lives. But you have to handle it that way. I know she's on the dark side. Period, point blank. She was not there to marry that guy and be a traditional wife at all. I'm pretty sure when more information comes out, you will find out that they were on and off the entire time, and she also was seeing other men the entire time. Because they're going to say he was seeing other women. He was seeing other women, and she didn't like it. I guarantee you she was seeing other men. Come on. I can guarantee you she was seeing other men when they were off and on. And I guarantee you she probably had other men DMing her ass while she was over in Tanzania and so forth and so on, booking appointments. Okay? Because trust me, when I'm on the dark side and I'm with other women, I'm guarantee you that phone, they're talking to other guys, booking their next appointment when I'm going to be back. The reason why I know, because I'm doing the same thing. So I can't really hold it against them. Because while I'm with her at the hotel room, other girls, okay, I'm going to be here tomorrow. Meet me here to there. Or I'm going to be in town next week. I'm going to be back. So forth and so on, right? So that's going to be the reality of it. So they're going to get her phone at some particular point and they're going to look up and she was booking appointments. Now, watch this. There was a woman named Mackenzie Lueck. She was a young woman that went missing in Utah. Let's pull her up. Because I'm showing you, no one knows how to handle. They don't know how to handle this. I'm handling it the best way. I'm giving you the best view of this, and people are going to shit on me for this. And I'm going to be like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Y'all going to eventually find out. I'm always the risk taker. Right? Okay. Mackenzie Lueck. She was a young woman in Utah. Right here. She was a student at University of Utah. She looks ecclesiastic. Doesn't she look nice and ecclesiastic? She looks like someone's future wife. She looks like a good little sorority girl and so forth and so on, right? Very ecclesiastic. Good little white girl. But what happened was she went missing. She was at the airport in California for her grandmother's funeral. She went missing from the airport in the Uber back to Salt Lake City's campus. No one know what happened. They interviewed the Uber driver. He said, I dropped her off at the park. Nobody believed him. He was like, yo, I didn't believe it either, but she wanted me to drop her off at this park. It was completely dark. Was there anything around? Nope. Dropped her off. She dropped her off with her luggage and she was there. But what happened was a man picked her up. Nobody knew this, but a man picked her up from the park. And what had happened was he killed her. Okay. A man picked her up, killed her. Now, when this happened, they didn't know that it was this guy. It was a niggy. It was a niggy. And I think he's an African. But what happened was they thought, well, how did she go missing? Why did she go to an Uber and get dropped off at the park? It doesn't make sense. Her friends knew something, but they didn't say it. This is exactly what I'm talking about in the Ashley Jana case. Her friends, her family knew something, but they weren't telling. So what happened was a private detective saw the story. Missing girl? He looked at the TV screen and he said, I know that girl. That girl comes to bars picking up older men. That girl is here when she's supposed to be studying for her exam before she goes on a date on you. Oh, I can't go on a date on Thursday. I got to go study for an exam. At 10:30, she's at the bar picking up older men at the bar. Doing what? Finding dates. Y'all don't know this happens, but that's the dark side. But he was a private investigator. And he said, yeah, she used to come to this bar and she used to pick up men and get men to buy her drinks and get numbers and do that nasty without no interrupts for a little bit of money. So when he said that, he went to the police with that information. He said, yeah, this girl be at the bar. They pulled it up and she had a seeking profile. She was a sugar baby. She had a profile on seeking arrangements. And then what happened was they went back to her friends and it was like, did you know she was out here doing? And her friends was like, oh yeah, forgot to bring that up. I forgot. Yeah. All the girls do it on campus. They were in our interview saying, yeah, a lot of girls do that. Your future wives. A lot of girls do that. They go to the bars. They go to this. They pick up older men. They got profiles. Secret shit, right? They forgot to bring that up when they were doing the little candlelight visual where she's missing and she was a nursing student. She was about to graduate. Oh, yeah, all of us sorority girls, we do that on the side. We forgot. Then what happened was, and this is the story that I'm going to go back to Ashley Jana. They got her cell phone going crazy. Ping, ping, buzz, ping, ping, buzz. It was like, why is her cell phone going crazy? Because they're trying to track all of her finances, right? They're trying to see why all of her finances going crazy. She getting cash apps. She getting deposits. This truly, really did happen. This really did happen. She getting deposits. And they were like, her cards are active, meaning money's coming in. Sometimes money's going out. What's going on? Why is her card active? She's missing. So you know what they do is they track to see why, if you're spending money, why money being spent. The moral of the story is, although she was seeing that one Nigerian African guy, that black guy, other sugar daddies were sending her plane tickets and booking appointments. She not only had that appointment coming back from California from her grandmother's funeral, she had the appointment with that guy that she ended up getting killed by. And then the next weekend, she was supposed to be in Las Vegas. And the next weekend, she's supposed to be in Los Angeles. Her phone, had appointments. And going to college and going to the bar to hook up. So they was like, oh, we still on for this weekend? I sent you the money so you can get the ticket. But she too busy to date you. I'm not available until next Thursday. I got family and my grandma died. I got to go. And in between going from her grandmother's funeral, she booking a sugar daddy. She booking a session. See, this is what I'm talking about. The dark side comes to light. And this is just a regular girl. Probably had normie dates. Oh, by the way, she actually had on her social media how to be a sugar baby. I think on her TikTok, she had instructions on how to be a sugar baby. And watch this. When people think that these are just world-class strags and hookers, look at this, a regular girl you would see in the airport. Oh, she looks like a good girl. She don't look like she even has sex. She looks like she'll wait 6 months for marriage until she has sex. Regular girl. So they're not always going to be dressed like you think they're dressed. Trust me, I know this. All right, they go home regular. You would never know. You would see her in the airport and you'd be like, oh, she seems like a nice guy. You come up to her, hi, young lady, what's your name? And what do you do? And where do you go? Oh, she was so nice. I bet you she has a little boyfriend, but nope. Girl next door. And girl next door is a genre. I'm going to try to find where her TikTok was, where she was literally bragging on the internet about how to be a sugar baby. Actually, this is her with her sorority girls. All right. This is her with her sorority girls. Oh, and I forgot. Yeah. She was a sugar baby. And we were too. We do it too. We kind of do it on the side as well. We forgot to tell the police and the investigators. But there she is right there. This is her. She's the second girl from the right. You don't think the other girls were doing it or nah? What do you think? Press 1 in the chat if you think the other girls were doing it. Press 5 in the chat if you think she was the only one.
Do you have the stomach?
Press 1 in the chat if you think the other girls were doing it. Press 5 if you think she was the only. The other girls weren't doing it. She was just doing it. I wasn't doing it. We know nothing about it. We didn't even know. It was a secret to us too. What do you think? What do you think? And all of these women probably got boyfriends and future husbands. And I'm going to show you the TikTok of her. Oh, by the way, here's her friends going to the memorial. Okay. Here's her friends going to the memorial. What do you think? Got a couple poggies in there. What do you think? You think they knew or didn't know? I'm ruining your shit out here, bruh. You think they didn't know or knew? What about the mom? You think she knew back in the mom? You see that poggy bomb? You think she knew too? Or what? You think they were in it or they weren't in it? Okay, this is a hard conversation. Remember, I said no one's going to know how to handle it, but I. Let me see if I can find her page, her social media page. Social media. Because this is important to the story. Let's see if I can pull this up. See here. Oh, yep, we got it right here. So I was able to pull it up. Let's see here. So let's do this. This a video playing, so I got to go ahead and pop that off. Somebody said last to know. Men are the last to know. Men are the ones really got their head up their ass for sure. So take a look at this. It says Mackenzie Lueck reportedly boasted about having 2 sugar daddies before she vanished. There she is behind the scenes. And, you know, women are freaks behind the scenes. There's just something that goes with this. They're freaks behind the scenes. There she is with the strawberries. She's at a hotel. That's her here. That's her there. Okay. Lueck was looking for men over 35 on Tinder, it was reported. And it says right here, a local contractor, Brian Wolf, told Fox News that Ajay reached out to him in April to request a secret soundproof room. Okay, we're not talking about that. It says Mackenzie gave advice on how to find sugar daddies. As she also revealed, I have some experience on seeking arrangements online only, Tinder, and currently have 2 LOL, 2 sugar daddies. She said LOL, right? She said LOL, right? So did it just catch up with her or what? Or do we feel bad for her? Hard conversation. But Get 'em Daddy season is here, brothers. I'm telling you, brothers.
Get 'em Daddy.
Get 'em Daddy season is here. The problem with this is now when you look at this situation, people are going to ignore it for as long as they can until they're going to be confronted with it. Because the more they investigate, they're going to look up Ashley Jana and they're going to see her at the party, celebrities, rappers. It's going to be right in their face. But by that time, there will have time will have passed. There'll be enough sympathy. And then if he actually deleted her, people are just going to say, well, he didn't have the right to kill her. We understand that. He did not. Nobody deserves death like that, especially under those circumstances. Because it's going to build up enough momentum where everybody's going to have to be apologetic about confronting her about the truth. But the problem is, as I say, she's actually showing the lifestyle. She's demonstrating that this was her pursuit. She was intentionally pursuing that. She's showing the results of it right here. You see what I mean? So she's showing that she was looking to capitalize on it, not lose. She was looking to win. Now, has she won? Everybody was like, you good, girl, good, get his money. But she lost. You know what I mean? She lost. Just like Mackenzie lost. Just like that 76-year-old man lost. Sometimes you lose. I lose too. I don't lose a lot, but I could lose in the future. But it is what it is. Now, let's play some music here, or some information people are going to have about this case. I guess I can check the super chats, but I don't assume that people are sending a lot of money on this stream here. So I'll check if anybody's ecclesiastically supporting, but I don't think so. But it is. We got like how many supporters here? Okay, so we do have supporters. D Rich says, when I found your content 5 years ago, you said in 5 years, everyone would sound like CGA. It's been crazy watching it happen in real time. Keep leading the way. All right. People have pivoted to basically take my talking points, or at least come near it. And I took the risk. DG Seymour says, CGA, respect to all my you-ish American princesses in SoCal, Boca Raton, in New York City that have that good punani. Shout out to you. And Rick Ross, tell Kanye to eat his heart out. Also, 2026 is almost halfway done, and she's still not back yet. Shout out to you, DG Seymour, with the you-ish chicks. All right. Hop pastrami with my you-ish chicks. Shout out to you. That's from Rick Ross's Santorini, Greece. All right, shout out to you. And the Yaps do make some good sugar babies. All right, they know what time it is. You got to go to New York University and handle that business. Shout out to Darren Arrow. Train Coelho says, got a girl in the DR. She's 32 with 2 kids. She's attractive, speaks 3 languages, makes $450 USD a month. I help her out when she's in a bind. She's a straight 304 and claims it. She is debaucherous, and I smut her out. Every woman is monetized. Every woman is monetized. Okay. Every woman is monetized, guys. Who is the last to know? Men are the last to know. In my experience, trying to even explain this to men are the one bucking. And normally they attack the man that's trying to tell them. I'm like, look, I'm trying to tell you what's going on. No, that ain't the case. It's just you. I'm like, okay, if it's just me, who am I buying it from? Like, you got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself, who am I getting it from? If you see me with 50 women, like, how did I, and that's just the 50 I can touch and afford and have time for. So trust me, it's literally 20% of men and 80% of women doing it. Like, if you look at the amount of people who are doing it and say, what percentage? What is the percentage? It's 20% of men and 80% of women. It's more women doing it than there are men even participating. So it is what it is. You can get anybody. I've had them all, like all shapes, sizes, colors, creeds, careers, levels of brokenness. It's amazing. But dudes will lose their mind. They're losing their mind because they're the last to know. They're the last to accept it. And then if you even look at your family, that's the hard conversation. Look at your family. Your mama's activities. She been in some hoe activities too. All right. It's the men. Shout out to Paris Francais showing support. Ecclesiastically, shout out to Ohenji, says been watching you since Ninja watching since 2026 started, because I only had $3.85 in my purse, but I got some bread now and had to drop a little something in the collection plate. Respect. Shout out to you. Thank you very much. Shout out to our brother, a man supporting men, says, if they say that the white man was broke, how would he be considered a sugar daddy? Okay. They're saying he's broke. Okay. Now, I think he was in financial trouble. And there might be a motive where she probably has some life insurance. He probably faked and frauded some life insurance on her. That might come up. I'm just assuming, speculating. But he wasn't broke. He probably had access to funds. And he had enough money to be able to have that particular resort. So we're going to look at him in a minute. We're going to go to him in a minute. But a sugar daddy don't have to be a millionaire. He just have to have access to a little bit of money. $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, especially when you look at that vacation. So I don't think he was broke. He might have been in financial peril, meaning that he probably had access to money and losing it and lost company and monies, because he did start several companies since 2019. When you do that, your money going to be tied up. But that doesn't mean he's broke. That means your money tied up and you got to move money here and pick money up for here. And you also have credit cards. You know, you can be able to stretch some limits out, then get a flush of money and then wipe out that debt and keep it moving. Yeah, somebody said line of credit, right? Line of credit. You got credit cards, you got 4 or 5 cards with $15,000 limits on it. That's all you need. And then all of a sudden you max that out, and then you go over here, borrow money over here, and he's known to be in finance. So he make a call. He swindles somebody out of 10 grand, pay off some debt. So he wasn't broke. He probably was in financial trouble though. Not a surprise. But I'm pretty sure he's able to move some money around. And there's a secret here. He had a friend there. There's a lot of secrets about that guy. But you could be a sugar daddy with 10K. Right? 10K. You can do some damage with $10,000, bro. Right? You can do some damage with 10K. If you got 10K in Miami, you can go ham. Like, let's say you were in Miami for 3 days, 4 days, Thursday through Sunday, and you had 10K or access to 10K or a credit line or a credit card. You got 10K in Miami for 4 days. You can go ham. You can get you 4 baddies, get an orgy or a threesome, and come out with some money left over. Money left over. 4 bad Cuban Latinas and 1 orgy. 10K in 4 days in Miami, you can go ham. And have about $2,000 left over for room service. You won't even have to leave the room. $10,000 in Miami. All right. Yeah. All right, you don't need that much money to go ham on the dark side, but I don't want to talk about it too much because we're over here on the main YouTube. Overseas with 10K? Oh, my Lord. Bro, they're going to find you in a hospital. You show up with 10K in Southeast Asia, Philippines, Cambodia, Vietnam, and you just like, I got 10K to blow. You're going to be in a hospital. They're going to be blood shooting out of your toes, bro. You're going to lose your ever-living mind with 10K to blow in Southeast Asia. First of all, you can't travel with 10K worth of cash. You got to claim it at customs. You're going to get a red flag. They're probably going to confiscate your money, and you're going to better have another access to some money. So you can't travel with 10K cash. But let's just say you had access to 10K in Southeast Asia. You're going to lose your mind. You'll have a nonstop run. You're going to need an IV because you'll have women booked more every 3 hours, and still come home with $5,000. Still come home with 5K left. $5K left over. All right. And you would have lost your mind. Checked into you better, man. Shout out to Sean, said the Darkside Liddy coach. Thanks for the game. The only one giving the gospel. I'm the only one out here. And when you're the only one, you get crucified. You get blamed. But I'm giving you the real. I'm giving you the real. Nobody going to be able to talk about it. Either they're going to act like ignorant about it or they don't know. Somebody said if you have access to cryptocurrency, you can do what? You can, I'm pretty sure he had access to crypto. So you can go ahead and sell some crypto and you can come up on 10K easily selling some crypto. Last minute. So I'm pretty sure he's broke, but I'm sure he has some crypto coin somewhere that he can move and dispose of and sell. And then have that in 72 hours, wipe out some debt on a credit line or a credit card, be able to juggle that life. So he wasn't broke in that mindset. He wasn't broke like us. And we got our brother here. Somebody said, Gregory Abrams says, thank you for all the knowledge, sir. It's hard to accept what you're saying. But when I did, I was a free man. I believe that getting any of these women pregnant would be an ecclesiastical, unforgivable sin. I don't have the stomach. Just enjoy women, but do not take them seriously. Okay. And even at the dark side, I know people think, well, what if you get them pregnant? The only ones that really, these women don't want to get pregnant. I'm just letting you know, like they'll fight you to not get pregnant. they'll run in and get a plan B. They don't want to have babies by us. They don't. All right. And these young women, 23, 24, 25, they run to get a plan B. They're on birth control. Even if they're not on birth control, they'll make sure that you wear protection. And if you don't wear protection, they'll make sure you don't nut inside of them. If you nut inside of them, they'll run and go get a plan B. They're almost always not going to want to get pregnant. The only exception to this one is going to be if you go to the Philippines, all right, or something like that. Philippines, then all bets are off. They'll come up and get knocked up. But even today's young Filipino women, they don't want to get knocked up either. All right. Even when they're dating rich guys, they're like, nah, because you're going to be all the way over there. They know what's going to happen. They're not the old days, the 1980s, 90s Vietnam women. They already know what's going to happen. You're going to leave and never come back. I know a woman in Japan got knocked up by a gangster nigga and she got an abortion. Right. She was like, never mind. She called him up. She said, I was knocked up. He blocked her and she went in and got an early termination of pregnancy. She said, I'm not even going to do it. And since you're gone over there, and she knocked up, she can't make no money no more. I mean, she can be pregnant, but she can't make money anymore. It would be, so that doesn't help her to be out here knocked up. So these women are smart. So I said it's bad for business. Bad for business. Getting knocked up by some nigga and then being a single mother, and now she got to take care of some kid that the daddy ain't around. Now she can't do no work. Pregnancy is the last concern most of the time. Okay. Pregnancy is the last concern. I would be concerned with an STI way more than I would be with a pregnancy, even in Southeast Asia. So, but we just trying to give you the game. Try to give you the game. Yeah, that woman ran quick. Soon as he called her up and he was like, it ain't mine. She went and she was like, okay, let me go and get this termination real quick. And that's all the support so far, but we're going to complete this circle and give you some background information. Oh, we got two more. Sorry, Larry, see, I got to catch up with you. I got a math equation for you. But he says, this weekend I was awarded a $5,500 scholarship in our top 3 math students. You awarded $5,500 in scholarship to our top 3 math students, Darkside or not. It feels good to know you're helping people eat out here. He says, F haters like Gaskins or Gaskins who talk ish, but haven't the slightest clue of how much you've changed people's lives for the better. Shout out to you. Congratulations for giving out that money to those top 3 math students. And he's the professor. Shout out to you, Larry C. And I got a math equation for you. I might have to DM you or something like that or hit you up. But he was fixing binds out there. Brandon says, coins for the offering plate. Appreciate you, coach. You are the GOAT and acknowledged. Shout out to you. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support and even support during these evening streams, during the stream mania. A lot of sacrifices I'm making here. We'll go a little bit longer since y'all contributed. We'll go into overtime and talk about this. Let's talk about this real quick. So we got the story of Ashley Jana. We have this one, Queen Sheba Darling. Her YouTube page has 88,000 subs. You can go over there and shout her out. She did a live stream and they're telling explosive information about the relationship and what happened the evening in the week that she was there with the what I call the sugar daddy. Okay, but let's play this and you're going to see what time it is out here.
Let's go back over the initial report of the hospital. See, a hospital doesn't have a dog in this fight. The hospital doesn't know Joe. The hotel staff, the resort staff, they're familiar with Joe. And if you look at the initial report, they said because of the intensity of the fight, they were concerned for Ashlee's well-being, and they reached out to the local authorities because there were red flags indicating she may not be safe, only for her to come up dead a few hours later. No, not even a few, maybe an hour or two later. So let's take a look at a couple of things first. I want to show this to you.
Show me. Pause.
Right here.
Come on, lady. Come on, Queen Sheba. Fair use.
All right. This was online, or this came across my desk regarding a lady who's sharing her experience regarding Joe. And this is what she said. She said, I actually met this man before in Miami, and he's a weirdo. I met him through partying with a friend. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you see that? Uh-oh. Even she said, okay, I met him through partying with a friend. What we talking about here?
Get him, daddy.
You mean you met him on a sugar daddy app? You mean he booked 2 of y'all and he had an orgy with both of y'all? A train. He ran a train on y'all. He had a menage a trois. Partying with a friend. Partying with the friend. Now he booked you. And then the woman even paused like, okay. Now, also, we're going to talk about the hotels because when I'm traveling, these hotels know what time it is. They're not dumb. So if you ever worked in a hotel, you know what time it is. You see the foot traffic. You see the people coming and going. You see the meetings in the lobby. You see the girls coming back out at 2 a.m. You see them staying in the lobby, catching up Ubers and Grabs. The hotel lobby know what's doing. They're literally functioning as a brothel. They know what time it is. They know who's married. They know who's checking in. They're collecting IDs from the girls. They're photocopying the IDs. They're holding on to the IDs. When the girl come back down, she'll pick up the ID and she'll go. The hotel know what time it is, and they knew Joe. See, what people aren't going to talk about is Joe's was a sugar daddy. He had hoes in Tanzania. That was Joe's Tanzania. My Philippines is Joe's Tanzania. So they let that business go on, and then they knew what time it is with her. They just knew she was another woman because Joe be there all the time like I be in the Philippines. Joe be there in Tanzania. So he is a sugar daddy. This woman says, I met Joe with my friend. Sugar daddy. Nobody wants to talk about it. Daddy. Nobody wants to call it what it is. I'm not trying to out any of these people. And I'm not even trying to out this woman out here trying to put this long ass paragraph, but nobody wants to say it like this. Sugar daddy. And that means in effect, Ashley Jana is a sugar baby. She knew what time it was. She knew what game she was playing. She knew it. She was bought lock, stock, and barrel. She was leased with an option to buy. Let's continue.
I wish I could have come across this woman because I would have warned her straight up. I know I'm just a random on the internet and most people won't believe me, which is fine. But I know for a fact this man may have did it or definitely knows who did it. He is very weird and sick.
Oh. She sounds very familiar with him. He's very weird and sick. That's not a one-time meeting, guys. That means she knows him multiple times. You don't see a person weird and sick the first time. If that's the case, Ashley Jana wouldn't have went over to Tanzania and saw he was weird and sick. She found out at the last fucking ditch effort. She had been with Joe a couple of years. She knew he was probably sick, but this woman had been with him for a long time. So she was a regular.
Typically crypto/finance bros or weirdos. He also recently lost a big investment. This man is known to be abrasive and weird in the head. Even my experience of meeting him was weird. He is a very arrogant and strong personality weirdo. Joe McCann has poor business practices and he's a true weirdo. He also
got a girl that is she could probably write this about me too.
Has a history of being violent and abusive. He is divorced from his previous wife recently with multiple children under 4.
She know way too much. Shout out to this guy that says my ex left her email open on accident and I saw her sign up. I saw a sign up email for a sugar daddy website. I was mentally prepared. I knew it was just my turn from the beginning. Thanks, CGA. Do you have the stomach?
Do you have the stomach?
Do you have the stomach? You have the stomach.
Do you have the stomach?
Guys, they all got phones. They all got internet. You think they're just looking at their phone playing fucking Candy Crush? You think they don't know how to go on sugardaddy.com? Easy business. All right, easy business. Let's continue.
Now we do know, and I'm not going to reveal her identity, who I did a little bit of not soul searching. I went down a rabbit hole. And I was able to find a wedding when Joe married his first wife in 2018.
I want to see.
And I found it very odd that the article starts off when she said this was the toughest decision of her life. She has a father, but she was tasked with the decision of walking down the aisle alone or allowing her father to walk her down the aisle. I'm gathering that from the influence of Joe, he convinced her to walk down the aisle. And as she came down the aisle, in that moment, she said he promised her, you will never have to walk alone in life again. Watch this. 2018. Only for him to leave her in 2021 while she was pregnant with their second child. He married.
All right. So he married a woman, very short-term marriage, not even probably didn't last 5 years. Or I'm telling you, he was married when he was seeing Ashlee. Y'all don't want to talk about this. People are not going to admit this, but I'm going to show you. So if he got married in 2018 and he has 2 kids from this woman and he left her, let's do the math. At best, let's just give him a 4-year window. 2018, 4 years, that takes us to 2022, 2023-ish. Let me show you something. April 2023. He either was seeing her while married, because all of these pictures look similar. He would start tricking on her. Now, this is the last picture she posted. That doesn't mean she didn't have other pictures posted. Here's April 2023. Okay. And somebody said they didn't go public until 2023. This is a fact. So you look at this, the lifestyle pictures, April 2023. That looks like she landed Joe, but this is probably some pictures before that and some meetings and all of that stuff. You don't just go right into the airport and go to Paris. All right. And then if you scroll up, he's going to appear here somewhere out of nowhere. Look, there it is. So all of these pictures, here's he going to appear right here in 2025. But we know that they were together. They had to be together off and on through all of this. All of these pictures where she's pictured here from 2023 to 2025, more than likely, Joe was there. This is Joe providing this lifestyle. And then he finally was the sugar daddy that popped out. She popped him out right here. And this is probably where they got serious and he finally left his wife. Okay, so nobody wants to be confronted by this. This is the real. So he was married between 2018 and 2022 or 2023. He was seeing Ashlee somewhere before 2023, at least. Somebody said them pictures been in the camera roll. Yeah, just like I'm putting out all of my videos. People like, bro, you out here every weekend? Nope, them pictures from 2 years ago on my camera roll. All my videos I'm putting out on Instagram, them been in my camera roll for 2 years, a year, 2 years, a month, 3 months, a week. They just being published right now. That don't mean I'm doing that every weekend. I just was smartly enough to find the time to be able to publish them back to back to back. All right, so here we go right here. We're going to go into this real quick. They're going to go show you the room where she got sniped.
Leaving the village to partake in other activities with other women who's local to Zanzibar. But here's something interesting. I want to go back to what the hospital said. Well, let's take a look at the room. Let's do that. I want to show you the room. Give me 1 second. Here's the room, or what we believe to be.
Welcome to our garden villa here.
So I'm going to turn the sound off. So this is the room, and I'm going to pause it when we get to the part of the front door. Right here. This right here. This is where the butler found Ashlee. Explain to me, how would Ashlee get herself to the top of that door? Let's try to do it again. It's pretty fast. So let's try to get it again. Resort.
And again,
there is no.
You're going to have access to a lot of money to be able to book these rooms and some of the excursions that they went on. Long story short, let's be real about this. And I think the family can do everybody a solid, because the family knows, the mother knows. Let me show you this. Because most of the time the mother knows. Okay. In my experience, when women do this, the mother knows. All right. I had a woman that I was seeing, I believe, I was seeing her probably in January. I think she was 19 or 21. I can't remember. She was in around that age range. think about 19 or 21. I was seeing her. Her mother knew me. She knew about me. She never met me, but she knew about me. She knew what time it was. She knew the nature of the relationship. And they talked about what was my political affiliation. So that was the conversation. But the mother knew what time it was. Almost all the time, the mother knows. Okay. If they don't know, they'll act like they know. I'm sorry. If they don't know, they'll act like they don't know. In this situation, take a look. Take a look. You don't think the mother knew? The mother sitting here next to that white man in the burgundy maroon shirt. Let's put two and two together. Let's do the math like Larry C. Looks like the mom knew what was up. Because guess what? The mom probably done the same thing. So the parents, the biological parents, are seated next to each other. The father is the man right here, right here. The mother's sitting next to her, but they're not together. They're remarried. But take a look at who mom ended up with. So mom was probably putting her up on the game. Leave that black broke nigga like she left the black daddy. Leave that black broke nigga and get you a white man. And look at the mom's face. She like, shit. Put her up on the game. Get you a white man next time like I got me a white man, and so forth and so on. And whoops. The game is the game, baby. They're going to have to be confronted with this. Now, the last bit of information we're going to give you, because we can be here all day. People think that Joe did this, and I'm pretty sure he did. All right. And Joe had a friend there. They said he had a friend there. The friend, they've interviewed him. Apparently, they've interviewed the friend. People saying arrested. I don't know, because we're dealing with another country. We don't know what their terminology is. Maybe he's a suspect. Maybe he's arrested. Maybe he's detained. We don't know. In this situation, the friend could have been the one who did it. Now, they got into a fight. They were separated by 10 minutes on the resort because the fight was so loud, and the neighbors in the other room said they had been fighting for days. What people are assuming is that what pissed off Ashley Jana is that when she was there, she found out Joe would see other women. Joe was seeing his rotation of women. Just like if I took the women to the Philippines, you can damn sure believe I'm going to see my other women in the Philippines. So, because I'm going to be in town, all right? And the women going to be like, you in town, daddy? So he was leaving her in the hotel and going to see other women. He's only in town a couple of weeks. They know he in town. He putting them down. They need some money. So if that was happening, Ashley Jana, what they're saying is this, and I'm trying to clear this up. What they're saying is when Joe was doing the whole proposal video, he would basically go during the day with Ashley Jana and cut all of these videos. Okay. He would take her on excursions, hang out with her, cut the videos, but then when nighttime happened, he left her in the room. He left her in the room, and she was frustrated by this, and he would come back after beating up some African punani, and then he'd come back, and then she would be upset. And then they were fighting. They were fighting so loud that they had to separate them. And the day after they separated him that evening, then she ends up dead. But he wasn't in the room. He was supposedly in another room. Now, he might have made his way back, and they'll have cameras, or they'll have hospitality or staff that probably try to cover this up. Or maybe they saw another man go in there. They're going to have to figure that part out. But that's what the fight was about. Allegedly, Joe was still seeing his other sugar babies and his other foreign babies, even when she was there. And she wasn't happy about it. Which naturally so. Even if you're doing sugar baby, sugar daddy relationships, no woman wants to have you do that and go see your other girls unless she's down with it. But of course, if he proposed to her, she might have thought that he was putting all that behind her. But she also probably had other guys too, ringing her phone, telling her and asking her when she's coming back to wherever she's from, Houston. So she probably was like, damn, you gonna do me this? But if you probably check her phone, she probably was talking to other guys too. There's 100% chance that was happening. Why? Because she's on the lease. She's a sugar baby. I guarantee you. All right, 100%. She probably got 5 guys asking her when she coming back. Oh, I'm on a trip. I'm with my family in Zanzibar. She done lied to them other dudes. I'm going to be back on Tuesday. I just got to clear up some shit. And then I'm going to be back and I'm going to go see my family in Washington, D.C. and go see my niece. All right. This is hard to listen to. No one knows how to handle it. I'm the only one that knows how to handle it because I'm calling it as it is. And you can it's going to pan out just like I'm telling you. And when this information comes out, that's the case, people ain't going to know what to do. They're going to be like, what is this? But what I'm telling you is, look, what I'm telling you is this is not a normal relationship. This is not a normal relationship. This isn't some guy who divorced his wife and is going to marry her and she was dating him exclusively and that he fell in love with her and proposed and was going to give her a life. And then all of a sudden it went left because he's a sick man. Nah, she was on the dark side. He was on the dark side. End of fucking story. They were playing the game of the dark side and now they shit came to light. And I guarantee you, he didn't think that this would be nationwide news in the United States. He thought he probably could offer. He thought he probably could offer and that shit would be swept under the rugs in Zanzibar and nobody would know nothing about it. Okay. Nobody would know nothing about it. All right. You would be like, all right, I'm gonna kill this black woman and nobody gonna know shit, sweep it under the rug, cover it up, pay some people off, and so forth and so on. And nobody gonna know shit. But now, I actually know of several stories where people didn't realize, like Scott Peterson didn't realize he would be a nationwide nigga. He thought let me just drop this woman off in the boat. Nobody cares about us. And then all of a sudden it's a nationwide story. And now you on the tabloid magazines. Now everybody talking about you every day. And you're like, oh Lord, I didn't realize it was going to be all this. I guarantee you, he like, damn, I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. I thought, and by the way, he probably did this to other women, more than likely, not necessarily killed other women, but based on the testimony of those 2 other women saying he was a sick bastard, I can guarantee you they're going to have mad women coming out saying he's a sick bastard. The only problem is what? What's the only problem with women coming out saying he's a sick bastard? This is what you're going to find out. What's the problem there? Let's see if you can get this. And I know there's a delay. What's the problem with women coming out saying he's a sick bastard? Exactly. This is it right here. It's going to expose them that they were sugar babies too. Because now they got to come out and do interviews, Inside Edition, news, testify in court. And now they're going to have to be like, yep, he paid me this and did that. And he flew me here and flew me there. And I've had my friend and we had an orgy. So they're going to have to do all their testimony behind the scenes. They're going to talk on Reddit. They're going to talk and drop comments like these bitch ass niggas be in my chat, dropping comments from their ghost account. But they can't really say much because they can't come out and do interviews. Well, how did you know Joe? How did you meet him? And what did you do? And what was the nature of the relationship? Well, trust me, I got this shit figured out. None of these women gonna come forward and reveal their faces. If they do, they're gonna be behind a black goddamn screen. They're gonna be interviewing from the dark. But they're going to have to talk about they had that ass tooted up in Miami and he was snorting lines of coke right out of their dookie hole. And they let him for $550 and some room service. They cannot come out. That Poisse, you don't own that Poisse. They were selling that thing. Anyway, let me check this out. This is a cold ass story, bruh. But I'm telling you, no one knows how to handle this shit. It's It's just what it is, and the world ain't ready for it.
Do you have the stomach?
The world ain't ready for it. Because I'm telling you, what's going to happen is, let's say some women start talking. The other women going to be like this. They're going to be like, shh. Because the other women going to get exposed too. Oh, you talking too much. You telling too much. Then husbands going to be looking at their wives. Boyfriend going to be looking at their girlfriends. What if some of these women got boyfriends and husbands now? Because this woman was about to have a husband. What if these women got fiancés and boyfriends and husbands? And they coming out here, I knew Joe. He used to choke, whoop, and spank me. Husband like, what? What you talking about? You knew Joe. They boyfriends gonna have to be like, wait, bitch, what? You got flown to Zanzibar and did what? You had a train in the Oregon and did what? You had a menage? They gonna have to. That's why it's the dark side.
I'll show you the dark side.
And they gonna find out they got flown out to Zanzibar when the boyfriend was dating him, when the husband was engaged. Didn't the story happen like that? Where a dude got engaged and then something happened to the wife or the fiance, and he was like, what? I didn't realize. So that's why they're gonna have to keep this shit on the low. They're gonna have to report from Reddit accounts and ghost Instagram accounts and ghost YouTube comments. They ain't gonna be able to show their face related to this because it's the dark side, bruh.
I'll show you the dark side.
They ain't gonna testify in court. Shout out to Reformed Lover Man, says salute to you, CGA. I'm catching you up on the stream. Always great to watch you at 2 speed. Keep kicking the real. Did you know that in the American Dictionary of English in 1865, the word clown lists husband as a synonym? Wow. The word clown lists husband as a synonym. It is an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world we live in.
Shout out to a man supporting men, says, I know it happens, but can you ever see yourself taking a sugar baby seriously for a relationship or marriage? Really, the answer is no, but the arrangements happen in the situation. I can't see myself truly doing an arrangement like that, making her a wife legally and then having her been a sugar baby. No. Or even fraudulently doing it. No, I would say no. Now, mistakenly, yes, maybe a Filipina, but no, I wouldn't possibly do that without a lot of paperwork. Wasabi baby. Yeah, Wasabi baby, we're working out something, but it's not going to be a relationship or a marriage. And she knows I got other girls, but like that arrangement, I would do that, but not a relationship or a marriage where it's monogamous or exclusive, where she would get upset that I'm with other women. No, I don't see that. But I see something where it could be, because let me just tell you, man, it gets tiring. It gets tiring running around with all these women. So sometimes you need a little bit of a break, but I wouldn't do it without a lot of paperwork lined up. It would have to be something very, very extreme for that to happen. But people do get fatigue, and they do things like that. So I wouldn't do a marriage, though. No, hell no, hell no, hell no. Nope. Don't get involved in that type of thing. Like, because what happens is that can go left really quickly. But if you got your paperwork lined up and tied up, you could do it. And you would be surprised that a lot of suburban relationships have the woman was monetized, the wife. Okay. So you might not know this, but a lot of suburban men that make a lot of money that have trophy wives, a lot of those girls will be monetized in some sort of way. A Hooters girl, they were a stripper or they were an escort, and he picked them up and wifed them. Now you see this woman and you like, damn, she bad. He got a badass trophy wife. But a lot of those trophy wives were monetized. Scottsdale, Newport Beach, New York City, Manhattan. A lot of those rich guys be marrying sugar babies and former escorts, high-end escorts or shit like that. Hooters girls, strippers. It happens a lot in that area, but dudes don't know. Dudes have no clue. He thinks that this is some girl he met in college and then they met on a normal regular dating app. No, that's not true. Even I told you in my stream, my girlfriend was a sugar baby. Well, he was going to marry her and she was willing to marry me. So that's an example, but I wouldn't have known, but he would have known. Y'all don't think so? A lot, and you will see a lot of those trophy wives be aggressive. A lot of times when they go from sugar baby to wife and then they kind of mature, you'll see they'll be very bossy and, you know, this and that. They'll know how to handle people. They'll know how to run a side business. They'll be hella aggressive. That comes from working in the industry. Sometimes there'll be a mama-san, a madam, or there'll be a cocktail server in a strip club. This happens all the time, brothers. This happens all the time. Dudes are in denial. Dudes are in denial. That happens all the time. Dudes be wifing up. Dude, I know strippers in Vegas. They always get marriage proposals. They'll get guys to be like, I'll change your life. I was messing with this girl recently. She's a cocktail waitress. I actually visited her in the strip club to see if she actually was a stripper. She was like, yeah, come on and come and see me at work. So I went to go see her at work. She was a cocktail waitress, so she did not strip. But she says dudes offer her all the time. I'll change your life. I'll make you a wife. I'll put you up in a house. I'll give you kids. I'll give you an allowance. All the time. She's like, I get them offers all the time. She showed me on her phone. She was like, look at my text messages. She was like, look at all these guys telling me they'll wife me, give me a ring, all of that shit. Now, you guys are clueless niggas. You men are clueless if you don't know this is going on. And that woman, and that was just a woman I was dealing with in February, right before I left back to Asia. She showed me. And guess what? I found out she was seeing one of the guys, right? She was seeing one of those guys. She would fly in to go see him. It eventually came out because I was asking her questions. And then she was like, oh, because at first she was like, these guys offer me. I never take the offer. But then I found out, she was entertaining one of them. But dudes don't understand that. And if you saw the girl, you would never guess. She looks like an innocent white girl. An innocent white girl. She looks like the Mackenzie Lueck. She's a very short, petite, small white girl, kind of curvy for a small woman because, and she knows the game. She knows how to talk to men because she talks to men all the time in the strip club. She's been working in that industry for a few years. So guarantee you, when she comes out, she can know how to talk to people. She's going to know how to talk to people, know how to get over on men, know how to play and finesse them, know how to, but she will be a wife. And you'll be like, she really knows how to handle herself because she works in that industry, but you would never know it. How does she learn to be so confident and talk to men and have conversation? She talks to hundreds of men a week. She knows the game. So she comes out and you see her and you be like, damn, he got a good wife. She got a head on her shoulders. She's confident. She knows how to speak. She knows how to handle his business. And I think that woman, if I'm not mistaken, the woman I'm talking about, she's 22 years old. 22. She ain't even more than 23 years old. She ain't even over 23. And she got all this experience. And you would see her. She's a very short, petite white woman. You would not have a clue. And she would get wifed up. She gets offered to get wifed up all the time by these rich guys that come in and throw money around this strip club and book VIP rooms and all of that shit. Y'all have no clue. The dark side is out of control. Dudes wipe up strippers and sugar babies all the time. All right. This is too heavy for y'all. Somebody said Erica Kirk. Exactly. Let's go, T Diamond. Let's go, T Diamond. They ain't ready for this shit. And T Diamond's a woman, y'all. T Diamond's a woman, just so y'all know. Erica Kirk. Look at Charlie Kirk, ecclesiastical man, Christian. Erica Kirk, a beauty pageant girl in the Trump pageant. Let's go. Let's go. That's prime example. Thank you, T Diamond. T Diamond, you own it. Thank you. That's exactly what we're talking about. That's a prime example. She married a goofy nigga, but meanwhile, she was a beauty pageant girl. If you know anything about beauty pageant, similar, that's just a monetized woman. She's monetized. And that she's what? Her husband dies. She ended up taking over the organization as a CEO, being able to confidently talk to people and handle the media overnight. I thought she was just a regular trophy wife. But overnight, she's the head of the organization. That's because she knows how to deal with men. She knows the game. And trust me, beauty pageant model is just like stripper, escort, sugar baby. It's all in the same realm. You're doing the same thing, having the same conversations, organizing the same experiences, girlfriend experiences, all of that. I thought she was just a trophy wife. Soon as he died, she jumped right up there. Thank you, T Diamond. The cash me out phase. Facts. Dudes don't want to hear this shit. They don't want to hear this. Y'all think a sugar baby won't get wifed up? Charge it to the game. Somebody said I said this during the beginning. Shout out to you. I didn't see it. Y'all gonna wake up. Y'all gonna wake up. Y'all don't want to hear this shit. You think she was just some good woman ready to be wifed and was just saving it for Charlie Kirk? Nope. She was on game, bruh. She gamed up. Got wifed, and now she ecclesiastical wife. Now she ecclesiastical wife. Look, now she all buttoned up. Don't play with us, man. We trying to give y'all the real. Somebody said it happens in the Caribbean all the time. Normal. And most dudes, if you take Caribbean dudes and you take dudes from the Philippines and Japan, they already know what time it is. If you say, do sugar babies get wifed up? Look at Japan. You think them dudes in Japan don't know? The dudes in Japan wifing up sugar babies all the time. A lot of them sugar babies be wives in Japan. Come on. Come on. Kamala Harris. Come on, y'all. Melania Trump. Oh, y'all singing now. What about Meghan Markle? Meghan Markle. She literally was about to be a motherfucking princess. Sugar baby. Melania Trump. Who is she? Well, Kamala Harris. Sugar baby. Y'all don't want to hear this. Lauren Sanchez. Y'all don't want to hear this shit, bro.
Do you have the stomach?
They not ready. They not ready. They ain't ready. Anna Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole Smith wifed up an old man. She was a Playboy model. Sugar babies get wifed up all the time. Strippers get wifed up all the time. Yacht girls get wifed up all the time. Kim Kardashian. Come on. J Flow, wife is at work, allegedly, and CGA Stream Mania is a win-win for sure. Salute, coach. Shout out to the coach gang. Shout out to y'all, man. The coach gang is lethal out here. What about Nicole Simpson, OJ's girl? Now, she wasn't a sugar baby per se, but her parents sold her to OJ. Y'all ain't ready for this. Yep, Tiger Woods' ex-wife, nanny. You don't think she turned no tricks for them dudes hiring her as a nanny? But OJ bought Nicole Simpson from the Simpson family. She was an 18-year-old waitress. He was married. She went to her family. I met this guy. He plays football. He's married. He got 2 kids, but he rich. The family was like, how much we talking? And OJ proceeded to take care of that family till Nicole Simpson's death. Paul George married a stripper, sugar baby. Paul George, NBA player, married a stripper. Drake impregnated a stripper. Y'all too clueless, man. Y'all clueless. They ain't ready for this conversation, bro. Sugar babies get wiped all the time, bro. And that's just the ones we see. Shout out to Corey says, how do I handle recognizing my own mother's engagement in hoe behavior by introducing me to men she met on Black Planet and tagged when I was between 12 and 17 years old after her divorce? I'm a black man, 29 years old now. Cassie was trying to go. Do I go to Jay-Z next? What about but what I'm gonna tell you is don't deal with it. Just leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. Somebody said Marjorie Harvey, Steve Harvey's wife. That's another example. She was a sugar baby or a girlfriend, a wife for two drug dealers that were both cousins. Steve Harvey parading her around like she's a wife. He parading her around. I do this for my wife. I do that. She does this. And she definitely fits the marker of a woman that knows the game, very aggressive, knows how to deal with men, knows how to deal with media. Why? Because she was in these ecclesiastical streets. She's not a regular wife. This woman is a hustler. And he treating her like she an ecclesiastical Christian wife, parading and masquerading her around, and she really part of the game. Retire package. Y'all don't think sugar babies don't get married? Y'all don't think women in the game don't end up being wifed? Y'all out of y'all rabbit ass mind. You out of your rabbit ass mind. She part of the game. She been in the game. She in the game. Sugar babies, women in the game get wifed all the time. Rich man wife them up. Why? How do you think the rich man meet these women? At church? No, they meet them doing what they do. So they meet them when they booking them. Oh, look, somebody said Lori Harvey. What about this? This is a tough conversation. Do y'all got the stomach? Do y'all got time? Y'all want to doubt me? Shout out to Corey. You can't deal with it. Let it go. It's water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. Watch this. This is going to be a tough one. But watch this. I'm not trying to out people because that's not my job. But let me see here. But we're just trying to help these people. Somebody said Sierra Wilson. Mm-hmm. But there was a video, there's a picture right here. Watch this. This is, and hopefully nobody's listening, Michael B. Jordan with this girl right here. Oh, he met this white girl. She probably jocking him. She probably a gold digger, or she probably came out here and he got her. He probably got her for free and tossed her, fucked her and chucked her. You know, what y'all think celebrities and these rappers and actors just meeting random girls and making them girlfriends and parading them around. Well, this woman was also this woman, which was a Taz Angel. Taz Angel was this guy. He had a pimp. He had a lot of women and he sold them out. And he would have them booked with celebrities. She was a Taz Angel. Uh-oh. You don't think these girls get wifed? She was a Taz Angel. That's not a regular girl. That's not a girl that he met at the club in the bar. That's not. Y'all not ready, nigga. Y'all not ready. And how do you think he gets Lori Harvey? He just met her? Or is that arranged? Iggy says Jake Paul's fiance. Do we need to go down that rabbit hole? He wifed her up. Logan Paul's fiance, I believe. Logan Paul's fiance. Logan Paul's fiance. What was she? Mahi Mahi. What was Logan Paul's friend, Michael? He was dating the woman that was doing prawn, that was dating NBA players. You think that was for free? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Red Pill Luffy. As the economy is getting harder, I do have to now assume the majority of now new wives and girlfriends have dipped their toe into the dark side by the time they turn 30. Digital footprint cannot be erased, and prawn sites show these women 24/7 as proof. Men need to mentally prepare for this. It is what it is. Shout out to Red Pill Luffy. The digital footprint is going to reveal. Let me see here. Was it Logan Paul or let me see here. Yeah, it was Logan Paul's fiance. She was a Victoria's Secret model. Her name is Nina. Let me see if I can pull this up. Nina with other men. With Leonardo DiCaprio, nigga. Oh, Lord. Oh, the humanity. She with Leo. Oh, Lord. Sugar babies don't get wifed. Sugar babies don't get wifed up. Sugar babies don't get wiped up. Come on, bro. How many men? 1, 2, 3. Dan Bilzerian, Leo, the nigga from what's this dude's name? Adams, whatever his name is. There she is with another man right there. Hold up. There she is with another man. Oh, that's Logan Paul. That's Logan Paul beefed up. There she is with another man right there. There she is with the dude right there from Maroon 5. There she is with another nigga right there. There she is with another black man right there. Hold up. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. Oh, that's a fake picture. There she is with a man right there. There she is with a man right there. Adam Levine, right? How far should we go back? How far y'all want to go back? There she is with a short nigga right there. You think these are all boyfriends? Come on, bro. Where's her with Leo? I got to pull it up with Leonardo DiCaprio. There she is with Leonardo DiCaprio right there. You think this was for free? There she is going on vacation with Leonardo DiCaprio right there. Come on, man. Trophy wise, they in the game, man. I charge it to the game. Shout out to the dictator, says time and a half CGA. We both doing overtime right now. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, man, I'm in overtime on a Friday night. Thank you for kicking it with me. We going to get to these last supporters. They don't be out here, be sugar babies. You out here tripping. Okay, yep, all right. Red Pill Luffy, they don't want to hear it. Iggy, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear this shit. It's a hard pill to swallow. Shout out to the Darkside Foundation, says, Coach, my former college classmate no longer works for Joe and is starting a new job as of today. Do you think he saw the writing on the wall? Should I ask him ecclesiastically? Get the intel. Get a little bit of intel, man. And shout out to Miles, says, the Sun King rises, the Sun God returns. Cult Leader CGA is my all-time favorite CGA. Shout out to you. We got Hustle Every Day, 2008 in LA. People were telling me to watch the show Entourage to see how fast the women move in LA. But when I got there from the South, I wasn't ready. Friggin' fucking was just a handshake to them. It's just a handshake. You get to LA, you be with a woman, she'll be out there going crazy on you, sucking on your ham bone. And she'll just shake your hand and dip. Take a couple of dollars and dip, and you just be another dude. They don't give a hell. And you'll see them out with another guy. They'll be like, oh, hi, give you a hug, go back to their other dude. Other dude look at you, you look at him, and y'all know what time it is. You'd be like, part of the game, baby. Hustle Every Day, So fellas, when your girl who you're in a relationship with wants to go out with her friends and just watch, she will be getting approached by men and women and will have a parachute or rebound after you. Free agent lifestyle for life. Okay. Another situation is when I have women that are kind of with me, they'll say like, hey, can I meet up with my friend? And it's a male friend. And you think it's a date. That's her other arrangement. That's her other sugar daddy or a past sugar daddy. And she wants to meet up, touch base, possibly book, have some money, get some money. And sometimes you putting it into that. You like, nah, you can't do that. But she like, that's my money. That's how I support myself. You messing it up because you in your fifis. It's a hard pill to swallow out here for you, man. This is too much for y'all. So I want y'all to do me a favor. Join me on Locals. We break it down a little bit more for you, and we show you with evidence. I can't show you over here. We show you with evidence what the game is. A lot of y'all be dating girls and don't even know. You have no clue. Especially, and let me just tell you something. Donovan Sharp. This came from him, but I'm pretty sure he got it from Roos V or any one of these dating coaches, Owen Cook. He said 9s and 10s are all monetized. They belong to the community. They're monetized in some way. 9s and 10s belong to the community of men. They're not your girl, they're ours. So when it comes to that, if you are trying to get an attractive woman and it's been hard on you, and how do I do it? And they only care about money and they're gold diggers and this and that. You have to understand 9s and 10s belong to the community. If you can wife one up, you can have a girlfriend that's a 9 or a 10, but that don't mean she belongs to you. Let me tell you another story about this. I got time. Y'all got time? Remember the story about the Playboy model that ended up dead? Let me see here. Model killed in the hotel. And this is a lot of them. Jasmine Fiori. Jasmine Fiori. Let me see if I can pull it up. Jasmine. Because a lot of Playboy models end up dead. So this is an example of the dark side and the light side. This is a prime example. I'll be like, attractive women, they sugar babies, bro. They come from the industry, but they also will date dudes regularly and they will get wifed up. So here's Jasmine Fiori, although she kind of has a weird little gerbil face, but she's blonde. She was in Playboy magazine. This was her boyfriend right here, fiance. They were about to get married. For all intents and purposes, we'll say she's attractive. All right. So she's attractive. She had the breast implants, kind of had the little funny little look. She probably was short and petite. Playboy model, you know, they're probably going to be short, young looking. This is Jasmine Fiori. She was on the dark side. I mean, you should have known she was a Playboy model. She was on the dark side, right? But he didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't have a clue. Or he did have a clue. We don't know. But what had happened was the reason why she ended up dead. Just like in the situation where Ashlee, people are going to say he was out here in these streets. She was out here in these streets too. You know why she ends up dead? Because when they were dating, he was going to propose to her. I think they were engaged. He was taking her around like boyfriend and girlfriend, fiance and fiance. But what happened is that they got into an argument. And in that argument, the woman called up her sugar daddy in Las Vegas. Uh-oh. So they got into an argument, probably because she probably was texting other dudes. She said, go fuck yourself. And then she's like, I'm leaving, because they were going from San Diego to Orange County. They were doing some little trip. They were going to some sort of event. They got into an argument. So she called her sugar daddy. She said, hey, send your plane to come pick me up from John Wayne Airport. And he said, here's William. Chopped her fingers and her toes off. Cut her breast implants out. Threw her in the garbage. And her sugar daddy sent an empty plane to go pick her up, and she was gone. Chopped her up in the hotel and put her ass in the suitcase. So that's an example of, here's William. This ain't no game. When you talk about attractive women, they all monetize. They all got access and reach. Because he wasn't doing right. She probably was dating him. He didn't have the money. He probably was stretched thin, trying to keep up with her. She knew it. And when his money was getting funny, she dipped. She was like, right on the phone, send your plane to come pick me up. And he was like, word? Packed her ass up. Packed her up. But y'all don't want to believe this shit, bro. It's an evil ass world out here, bro. When this comes to these women, this is an evil game y'all playing out here trying to keep up. That's her with another nigga right there. And he got hands on hips. Is that an MMA fighter? That's her with another nigga right there. Come on, bro. That's her with another nigga right there. Come on, bro. These the type of dudes that be marrying them. That's Tito Ortiz. And who did he marry? Jenna Jameson. So he married Jenna Jameson. Tito Ortiz got babies by Jenna Jameson. Come on, bro. You don't think these hot wives been in the industry and dudes won't marry them up? Yes, they will. Wifed her. Wifed. Wife Jenna Jameson, bro. Dudes will wife women that been in the industry. 100%. No, they won't. The attractive women are good women. They come from church. Okay. Let me get up out of here, brothers. This is too heavy for y'all. But join me on the locals, man. So dude asked me would I wife a sugar baby. I said, yeah, sugar babies get wifed all the time. No, they don't. Dudes are smart. They won't turn the hoes in a housewife. Okay. Keep believing that, bruh. And I pulled up how many examples. Keep believing that. And that don't even count the CEOs because they do it under the cover at night. We don't even see it. We don't even see that. We're just looking at what we can see. Imagine what we don't see, because the dark side is the dark side. What's in the dark eventually will come out in the light at the end of the day. Tom Brady's ex-wife. Come on, bruh. It's too much. Wait a minute. Hold on. Tom Brady's ex-wife. Let's do that real quick. What's her name? Giselle. And she got wiped up again after Tom Brady. Giselle was with Leo. Nigga. Come on, bro. Tom Brady copped Giselle from Leo. Bruh. Leo didn't wife, but Tom Brady did. Oh, my Lord. Y'all are not ready. Y'all ain't got the stomach.
Do you have the stomach?
Y'all ain't got wiped up again. After she done been with Tom Brady and and Leo. Man, y'all are not ready. 9s and 10s belong to the community. They don't belong to you. And it's getting to the point now where it's literally the 6s through 10s at this point. There's Giselle macking down another dude right there. Come on, bruh. Wait a minute. Let me see here. Uh-huh. Wait a minute. All right, hold up. Y'all ready for this? I think this is a real picture here. Let me see here. No, wait. No, that ain't one. Is that real? Ooh. Watch this. Princess Meghan Markle. What is that? What is that?
Oh, the humanity.
Wasn't she married to the royal family? Is that her macking down some old nigga right here? Is that Meghan Markle who married the Prince of Wales? Macking down a nigga in his late 60s on a yacht. Is that her ecclesiastically having fun? Are y'all ready? Y'all not ready, bruh.
Y'all ready for this?
She JUCO, bro. Hold up for a second. She on the JUCO. She on the roll. Y'all gonna say it's AI, huh? Okay. Let me see something. What was the other model? What was the other model that came out and tried to expose it? And they literally tried to bust a cap on her. Let me see if I can pull up that lady. All right. Actress exposes yacht girl. She wrote a book. And she was like, yeah. Who was the model? She was a model or a TV show. I can't remember who she was. But she tried to come out and was like, yeah, we all been doing this, and this is what had happened to me. And they all got husbands and shit. What was her name? Bella? It wasn't Bella Hadid, was it? There was another woman. She tried to come out and expose the shit. And they was like, man, shut the fuck up. I don't think it was Bella Hadid, but it might be. Y'all ain't got the stomach, brothers. Okay.
Do you have the stomach?
Iced tea and cocoa. Yeah. Melania Trump. Come on. She literally the first lady of the United States. I mean, Larry Wills. If y'all want an attractive woman, y'all gonna have to pay up. I'm just letting you know. They are all for sale. It is what it is, bro. Do what you want with this information. Y'all not getting an attractive woman until y'all pony up. If you do, it's going to be a onesie, twosie, here and there skis. Oh, what about this? Man, y'all naming too many people. Eve with husband. So you got, what about Cardi B? She was a stripper and sold pussy and got married. Didn't she say she drugged dudes while she was selling pussy and got married to Offset? What about the rapper Eve? Wasn't she a stripper and married a billionaire? Oh, Lord. Rapper Eve was a stripper before she was a rapper. Got wifed into a whole white family to a billionaire. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, nigga. And then she went on to put her ecclesiastical wife clothes on. Look. She went in there, but look. They don't get wifed. When I said trophy wives don't get wifed, no, they don't. Look. Now, look at she came ecclesiastic. She done covered them tattoos up. Hey, all of that Rough Rider shit gone. All of that, I'm a dog and I'm a all of that shit gone. Disappeared. She done put on she done shapeshifted into a whole new woman. Women know how to shapeshift, bro. They know how to play a role. They do get married. Anyway, shout out to y'all. I'm out of here, brothers, man. This is too much for y'all. We could do a whole series on this. This is sad, bro. Let's get out of here. Peace.